Yeah, I'm sharing my window. Able to see the black screen, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So if you are able to download and install your software properly, you should at least come to this stage. Which should ask you username and password. Username and password is asking. Anybody?
Ma'am, yes. While creating like password and the username, it's up to there. After that, there is some error. We are not reaching up to this point, like here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
SQL, you should see if you are properly installed everything, if it is fine, you should get the SQL something like this. And the username and password, generally it will be system and Oracle. So that you should enter and you should get a prompt called as a SQL. If it is fine, that's what yesterday you people would have, I thought you would have tried and you would have ready. Okay, so if not also, so this is the procedure, the link what I have sent you, you just click on that, you'll go forward and you have to click install your thing, so which we are even installed in the lab. The same software we are using in the lab also. Once you come back after 1 month, the same software will be there. So that's what you should at least familiar with this. Okay. So today we start with the first lab session. So that is SQL. So if you are fine, so for minimum thing before I start, you should know what is SQL. Able to see the screen, everyone?
Ma'am, not able to hear your voice, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So come back. So once you are done with this SQL prompt is available with you, then what you have to do is we are using SQL in the lab. So that the same software what I have given to you people, you will be using here. So here, what is SQL? SQL is a structured query language. So why do we require this structured query language? For accessing and manipulating the data, we require a SQL. So SQL can be used for executing the queries, inserting the queries, retrieving data, updating, deleting, creating new database, creating table, creating procedures, creating triggers. For so many things, we use a SQL. So then we have some commands here. So what is SQL? SQL is divided into two main things. One is DML and DLL. So what is this DML and DLL is? First one, DML is a data manipulation language. And what is DLL? DLL is a data definition language. So what is data definition language and what is DLL language? So the query and updated commands from SQL, DM, that is data manipulation language, part of SQL are select. What are the commands which comes in a DML? So in DML, select, update, delete, insert into. All these comes under a DML. So then what is DDL? So DDL is data definition language. So where we have some commands in that, that is create database, alter database, create table, alter table, drop table. So we see one by one after the other commands. So at least take down, take your books. Please, I want everyone to take down the book. At least write down what is SQL. SQL is a structured query language because you need them. So once you come back, all these are required. So what is DML? Data manipulation language. So what is DDL? Data definition language. So what are the commands which come under DML? In DML, we have a select command, update command, delete command, insert command. Then what are the commands which comes under DDL? DDL stands for data definition language. So what are the commands which comes under DDL? Create database, alter database, create table, alter table, drop table. So we see them what are the syntax for all these. So what is first one? Select. So what is the command for select? Syntax for select is select column name from table. So example, select star from table. What this will do is, it will take all the commands, all the table values, whatever is there in the table, whatever I want. So that's what select person. So select star from table. So here the table name is person. So when you select star from person, whatever columns are there in person, it will be displayed something like this. Okay, or you can give based on your query, how you want, what you want. So we'll see them one by one, we'll see them in our thing. So then what is distinct? Distinct means I want unique, I don't want any duplication. Then you use a keyword called as a distinct. So what is the syntax for distinct? Select distinct column name from table name. That's an example where we are seeing that. So let me come back to your first program. Okay, so what is your first program is? The first program in your lab says to us, Able to see? Anybody? Able to see, right? Anyone respond? Able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
The first program in your lab is create the following table with a properly specifying the primary key, foreign key, and solving the following queries. So first one is branch. You have to create a table called as a branch, student, book, author, browser. And these are the queries which you have to execute for the first program. So there are 8 queries. The first one, first let us create a branch. So now I'll just, what is the syntax for creating a branch is create table, table name. What is a table name we are giving here? We are giving a branch. Then what is the columns you want? We want branch ID, branch name, HOD. So what is branch ID? Branch ID is a column name. What is a data type we want? We want a varchar to 10. And we want in that table branch ID to be primary key. Then branch name, what is the name of the branch? BRMC. There may be some more branch, CS branch. There may be some more branch, IS, civil, mechanical. That's what branch name. So what is varchar to 15? What is the size? What is the data type? So what is this varchar? Varchar is a variable character. So what is this variable character is? I can vary. It is not fixed. So I can, the maximum size what I have fixed here is 15. So in the same way for branch ID, the size of this is 10. And HOD is one more column name. And even what is the data type? The data type for that is varchar to 10. So now I'll just create this table. No, I'll just copy this because already I have created them in my laptop. So I may say that already the table is existing because already it is there. So if you are already created, then what you have to do? You have to create one more table. See, I'll just show you. I'll just copy this the same what I have. I'll go to my SQL and I'll. So what it is, name is already used by an existing object. What it is saying? What is it saying? Already the name is existing. Means what? A table name called as a branch is already there in this laptop. So what is my next option? I have to change the title. So how to select? How to know that how many tables are there? Select star from tab. To know how many tables are there. So like this, how many tables I have? 200 rows select. Like this, it will give you so many. So now what is our work? So now just click, because already branch is already there, I'll say branch 1. The table name, what I am giving is branch 1. Now you can see, everyone able to see this? Able to see? So what it says a table created. Okay, so next, so how many tables like this we have to create? In the first program, we have to create branch, student, book, author, borrower. Like this, how many things we need to create? We need to create 5. So after I create this table, I just want to know what are the things. For that, we have a command called as a describe. So short form BESC. What is a table name? Branch. We are in BRANCH1. So you can see here how many columns are there. Which one is primary key? What are the data types? So the name of the column. How many columns we have? 3 columns here. Branch ID, branch name, and HOD. What is null? Null says to us whether can I include, can I not, I can leave blank or I should enter the value. That's what here null says to us. In this null part, only branch ID is saying not null. Means only branch ID cannot have, that column cannot have a null. At least it should have some values because branch ID, we have created it as a primary key. So branch ID is a primary key. When we say primary key means unique. So I cannot have branch IDs 2. Now I say that MCA. MCA will be having only one branch ID. Suppose if I say MCA branch ID is 1. I cannot have one more branch ID with 1. I can have 2, 3, 4, 5, but I cannot have 1. That's what a primary key says to us. So branch 1, branch ID, varchar 2, 10, primary key, branch name. So this is what we have created one table. So similarly, create one more table. So create one more table. So what is the syntax for creating a table? Create table, student, table name, column name, data type, then constraint. So this is what here you can see. So you can see what is this missing or invalid option. There is some problem here. What it says. Just once go through that one, because I should have a student, because student is already there in my laptop. So I have to get student 1. Create table student 1 USN varchar 2 10 primary key name varchar 10 address varchar stem branch ID varchar reference branch ID. So why this is not able to create? Because why the option invalid option. See now in this case what I have reference primary keys create student 1 USN varchar 2 10 primary key name varchar.
Ma'am, references branch 1.
Yes. Yes. Because I have changed there to 1, right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Arjun. Arjun, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, see, I can recognize your voices. Still there is a mistake. Like this only, we would have done somewhere mistake. So what it is saying, missing or invalid options to create table.
Ma'am, after sem where
After reference, comma, ma'am.
After reference, not able to see, create table student 1 USN name, USN varchar 2 10 primary key name. After reference, branch, then varchar 2 branch ID, varchar branch 1 branch ID. So why it is giving error? Someone told something after branch, after references. References there is a space, missing or invalid option. Did I give space there? There is a space where it is showing the mistake. After sem. After sem. What is this?
Brackets, I think, ma'am.
Yes, sir. One bracket, one bracket, one bracket, bracket. Yes. Bracket, right? Bracket I removed. Bracket, branch 1, branch ID. Okay, now let us see. Let's see. Yes. See. So like this, there will be a problem. So you have to see what it is. So now we have created one more table called as a student 1. Okay. So then what is one more thing? Before that, I have to just describe What is describe says to us? Describe student 1. So how many columns I have? What are the data types it will give you? Once you say describe student, so it says USN, so is one column, name is another column, address is another column, SEM is one more, branch ID. So here USN is having a primary key. So what is primary key? Each student should have a unique ID. So that's what it is having a unique. And in this null column, you can see not null. Not null means I should not have any blank in USN. Other columns you may have or you may not have, that will not be a problem. But in USN, you should not have any blank. Then what is the data type we have specified? We have specified for all varchar 2. And the sizes based on that we have just given 10, 10, 15, 5, 10. So USN we have fixed to 10, at name 10, address 15, semester because only we give 2, 3, 4. So I have reduced semester size to 5. Branch ID 10. So branch ID is from where we are taking? We are taking from a table which we have already created. So just now we have created a branch. Yes, from there we are taking. That's what you can see here. Create table branch. Branch we have created. So for this branch, I am referring this branch. Which column I am referring? Branch ID. So that's what you can see here. Branch ID. And always you have to remember whatever column names you give, as well as data types, as well as size. So which is there in the primary key should match with the reference key. In case if something goes wrong, suppose let me say here you have given 10 and here I have increased to 15 or 5, then there again it will be a problem. So these things you have to take care. So branch 1, that's what. So branch 1, here already it was branch 1. So I should have changed it to branch 1. So these things you have to take care. So branch ID is referred from a table branch. So now we have created 2 tables. So now what is the other table we have to create? Now branch is done. Then student is done. Next we have to go for a book. Book table we have to create. I'll send you all this one by one. So not to worry. This whatever we are executing, you can try out. So author, because already is there in the author in my laptop. So I should give author ID, primary key, author name, country, age, and number. So here there is no reference key. So I think I hope I should execute that. Yes. Yes. So now how many tables I have created? I have created the 3 tables. That is, one is branch, another one is student, another one is author. So these are the 3 tables which just now I have created. And we know how many columns. So what in the syllabus book they have told, we have done. That is author ID, author name, country, and name, age. So here the age, because we give it as an integer. You can give float or integer, that is okay. But here we have given it as a number. So number and the size of the age column, we have given it to 2. And rest of the other things, we have given it as a varchar, that is variable. And the size for author ID 10, author ID 10, author name 50, country we have given size as 50. So if you enter author name beyond 15, it will give you error. So we'll see that. So now what we have done, we have created 3 tables. So what I have to do, describe, we have already done. Okay. So now 3 tables done, and one more table, which is one more table. Author, we have done. Book we have not done. Author is over. Book. See, the same order you follow, because why? Because in your syllabus they have given you book as first table to create. But once if you create book, there are some references which is required. That is, author is required. So author ID we require. So that's the reason. First you create author, then you create book. That will be better. So in your syllabus they are first told to create book. Then it is not possible. It is possible, but again you have to use a alter command to add reference keys. So instead of that, because when we are creating only, let us create it proper. So first you create author, then you create book. So now you see create table book, book ID, varchar. So book ID, what we are doing, primary key is a book ID, book name, varchar, author ID, anywhere we have used author ID, yes. So this is author, in author table we have a author ID. So that's what here it is been referred. So now what I have to do, I have to change it to author 1. Then publisher, varchar 2, branch ID, did we refer somewhere? Did we refer somewhere branch? Yes, we have referred from a branch table. So then we have to change it to branch ID. So now you just say what it is. What is this? It says name is already used by an existing book. I have to change it to, because I told you already all these I have just tried out and kept. So that's the reason it is showing the error. Okay. So now book 1 is ready. So now how many tables are ready now? 4 tables are ready. So this, what is the table? So describe book 1. You can see this is how you have to first create, then see what is the describe keyword used. Describe keyword is used to explain about your table. So how many columns are there? What are the data types? What is the size of each column? Okay. So now we have done with one column, and the last one is borrower. So one more table we have to create, borrow. So borrow is one more table. Create borrow again, it is already there. So borrow 1, USN, student 1, I have to give book ID, book reference, book 1, then borrower, varchar. Okay. Okay. So now we create. So what did we do? We enter. So now how many tables we have created? So in our first program, they told us to create all these tables. So create the following table with the properly specifying primary key, foreign key, and solve the following queries. Okay. So in this, they have told primary key. So branch we have created student, we have created book, we have created author, we have created a borrower. So these are the 5 tables what we have created just now. Okay, so what is this create table? The syntax always will be same. You can see in all the tables what just now we have created, create table. So you can see create table, create table, create table. Table name will be different. So now for each table we'll be having unique name. So branch name. So branch is one table, student is another table, author is another table, book is another table, borrower is another table. Because already it is there in my laptop, branch, student, author, book, borrower. So now what I have to do, I have given it as a branch 1. For your for you to create it is not required branch 1, you can give branch only. That is also okay, because you would have not created. Because in my laptop it is already there, I cannot create a same table name. So that's why I have changed it to branch 1. So the column name for this is branch ID. So you can give anything, it is not specific. I have given branch ID. You can give BR ID, that is also okay. But data types, you should be careful. So branch ID, what we do, how do we give? MCA1, CS2, IS3, we may give, right? So in that case, what are the data we are entering in branch ID? We are entering a character, means string, small string. So in that case, we have to give a varchar. Then size, it's left to you how much size you give. So I have given 10. So always for a branch, there should be a primary key. What is this primary key? Primary key is a unique column which will not have a redundancy. What do we mean by redundancy? Same way like you have your USN number. USN number is unique for each student. So the same way here, branch ID is unique for branch table. That's the reason we are giving it as a primary key. followed by that column. Branch ID, primary key. Then branch name. What is a branch name? The name given for the branch. Varchar 210. Then who is the HOD for the branch? So that we are entering here. Then next we are creating one more table called as a student. So in student, what are the columns they told? In your syllabus, they have already told what are the columns should be there. They told that you should have a column called as a USN. So USN, how is your USN number? You have 1BY19 MCA 1. So how is the data here? So the data is mixed with letters and your number. So in that case, we give a USN and that is followed by a primary key. That's what I told. Your USNs will be unique. No student will be having a two USN. Two students cannot have a same USN. So that's the reason it is a primary key. The name of the student. So always the name is Varchar. Address. What is your address? Varchar. Which semester you are belonging? Now you are in the last 6 months back. You are in second semester. Now you are into third semester. So semesters keeps on changing. That's the reason it is a Varchar. Which branch you belongs to? Second sem, third sem you may be MCA third sem or CS third sem or IS third sem or EC third sem. So that's what we uniquely represent. We require a branch ID. So branch ID is already there in some other table. So suppose in our college, how many branches we have? Suppose let us take 8 branches. Then I should have only those branches present here. Suppose if I say architecture, architecture is also there. Let us say BA. So BA is not there in our college. So then I cannot give here branch ID. So reference. So always what is this reference is? It is called as a foreign key. There are 2 keys here. One is primary key and another one is a foreign key. What is primary key? Primary key is uniquely identifying that table. What is this foreign key? I am linking a primary key tables or some table to my one more table. Then I have to use a foreign key. How should I use? I should use them with the thing called as a references. From which table I am referring? Branch ID, which is present in a branch table. I want that to be used in student table. That's the reason references branch 1. Branch ID. So always this branch ID in the branch table and student 1 branch ID will be matching. Okay, one more table we have created author. So you will be taking books from a library. So in that case, the author ID. So which DBMS books will you purchase? You take it from library. You take it Navate. So what is the ID you have? Author ID, or you have a unique barcode in the library. That is what author ID. Author ID always will be primary key for author table. Author name, country, which country he is, and the age. So these are the columns which present in the author. Next one is a book. So in a book one, which book you want? Book ID. Book ID again primary key. Book name. Book name is what? Name of the book. Navate what? Author ID. So author will also be having a unique ID. That's what the author ID. So author ID is referred from a author table. That's the reason references author ID. Then we have a publisher who have published. There may be Tata McGraw. There may be MCK. There are so many publishers who will publish the textbooks. So what is the name of that publisher? Publisher. Which branch ID? So which branch you belongs to? Because they have to, in library they have to keep track whether they have given the book for MCA student or CS student. That's the reason branch ID. Branch ID where you'll get from which branch? That's what references branch ID. Okay, borrower is one more table. Who is borrowing? Now borrower table, student USN. From where we are taking? From student table. Book ID we are taking from book table, and borrower, who is borrowing, and borrower date, which day you are borrowing. If you take too much days, if you take one semester, one student take one book, one DBMS book and keep it, then he has to pay fine. So that's the reason borrower ID. Okay. So these are the 5 tables which we require for our first program. So now we have one more thing. Now somehow we have created a tables. Now I have to insert. Suppose let me see what I have in select. What is the first table we have created? We have created select char from. What is the first table we have created? First table is a branch. So branch NCH1. You have to be careful with your spellings. What is a table spelling, and here you are giving that also should match. If it is not matching, you will end up into the errors. So now you can see in branch 1 table there are no rows selected. Why do I get? Because still I have not inserted any values into the branch 1. I have just created. Similarly, what are the other tables we have just now created? We have created a student, author, book, and borrower. So we have select star from student. Spellings, that's what STUDENT1. So no rows. Then select star from book. No rows. Which are the other table? Select star from, what's the other table? Borrower. Author. Author is one more table. AUTH or author 1. There are no table. There are no data. Then one more is select star from borrower PO or OW1. So you can see here all these we have just created the table and there are no data into the table. Now this whatever we have created is called as a metadata. What is this metadata? It is in a format. There is no data right now. Only we have created tables. So this is what is called as a metadata. So now we start inserting values into this table. Which is the first one? First one is a branch. So there are so many syntax for insertion. So we'll directly go a simpler one and we'll study so many syntax in the theory section. But right now, the simplest one I'll take because it will be easy and executing the program should be faster. So that is what I have just taken. There are different format syntax for insert also. I'll explain you once in the theory class. But for right now, for the lab section, I'll just be taking very simpler one, easiest one which we will be using. So the easiest one what we can use is this one. I'll just explain you. So what is this? So the easiest one what we have, it's the easiest syntax for insertion is insert into branch. So what I have to give? Branch 1 because I have changed my table name as branch. Values. So you can give here. Same way you have given in your scanf in your C language, same way here ampersand. Why should I give ampersand is I can enter at one time. Only once I can enter this insert table and I can keep entering as number of rows I want to enter. That's the reason this is a syntax. This is simplest syntax and easiest one which you can remember. Still there are so many syntax for inserting into the value, but this is very simpler one. So this we'll just insert this one. Insert. Okay. Now you can see what it is asking. Enter the value for branch. So which branch I am? Which branch you are belonging to? So that branch I have to enter here. 1 second. So always what you do is once you are inserting, don't haphazardly insert the values because ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ insert ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ whatever we want if we insert now, but at the time of entering the queries it will be problem. So that's the reason carefully enter the values when you are entering. So branch name I'll give B1. Branch ID I've given B1. Branch name you give anything MCA. HOD something. So now what it says? One row created. So now I want if there are some more insert syntax, in that case we have to enter again and again. But in this case, I want to enter one more. Then just you press slash. What you have to do? You just press slash. Then you can enter one more column. So now B2 CS HOD name. One more created. I want to enter one more row into the table branch. So B3 IS HOD name. Some name of your HOD. Then one more row I want to enter. P4. Now what I'll do EC. Then HOD name. Okay. So now how many rows we have created? We have created 4. Let me create one more. P5. Then now ISCS MCA EC civil. HOD name something HOD name. Okay. So now how many rows we have created? We have created 5. Okay. So let me enter one more. What I want to enter? I'll enter B5. Can I enter B5? Can I enter B5?
No, ma'am.
Why I can't enter?
It is primary key already repeated. B5 already repeated.
Yes. So now suppose unknowingly I have entered. Already B5 is there. But I don't know. I have not seen. I'll just enter. So I've entered B5. Then I'll enter some value. I will enter some HOD. Should the compiler or should it give error or what? It will give or it will not give?
It will give.
Definitely it will give, because we have told branch ID as primary key, and in primary key it should be unique. When we say unique, already B5 is there. Then next to B5 I cannot enter. So that's what you can see. So what error I'll get? It will say unique constraint. What is this unique constraint means? Uniqueness we have not followed. So B5 is already there and I'm entering one more time B5. So there is a problem. So that's why I wantedly gave you to show you if some data is already there and if you keep entering into that, then you'll be getting an error. Okay, now I want to know, I have just entered 5 rows into my table branch. I want to see what data I have entered. Then what is the command we have? Select star from, what's the table name we have created? What's the table name? What's the table name? Branch 1. Yes. So always once you enter, you have to view what data you have entered. Then we have a command called as a select star from branch 1. Is these values did I enter right now? B1, B2, B3, B4 and B5 just now I have entered. And I have entered the branches MCA, CS, IS, EC and civil. I have entered even the HOD's name. So what did we do? We have just created 5 tables. After creating, I have inserted one complete table value. Which complete table? Branch. So it is not restricted that you have to enter only 5. You can enter 10 also. No one is asking you to stop. Just for our practice, I have just stopped it. You can keep entering. Okay, so this is one more table insertion is over, and we see how many values we have inserted. We have inserted 5. So let us go for the second table. So what is the second table we have? We have to insert. We have to insert one more, that is student. Why I am inserting here? Because already in my laptop, these names are already there. Table names is already there. To change them, I am just copying into the notepad. Insert student into student 1 values. Okay. Okay. So now what we are doing? We are inserting the values to the. 1 second. Hello. Ma'am, ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾ, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್? ಹೌದಾ, ನನ್ನ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅವರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ. Okay. So what did we do? We want to enter the values. Enter the value for USN. So USN, what is the size we have given? You have to remember that USN size. What was the USN size we have given? You can see USN size we have given 10. So you cannot go beyond 10. Within 10 only your limit should be there. That also you have to take care. Okay. So now for easiest one, I'll just give student S1. Name of the student. Address, Bangalore. SEM, third SEM. Branch. Which branch I'll give? I'll give MC. Can I give anything else? Because whatever is there in my branch table, I should give. That is MCA, CS, IS, EC, and Civil. So I have given MCA. What's the error here? Why the error here? So here you can see there are 2 commas here. So remove that comma and copy that, execute it again. And even you have to take care when you are entering the values, you have to carefully see there should not be any space. So ampersand USN, see what is the problem will be there when you are entering here is, so you can see after branch ID there is no space, after branch name there is no space, after HOD there was no space. Here in your USN there is a space. Now when you are entering it will be okay, but when you are executing queries it will be problem. So always you take care there should not be any space before and after your column names. So you just see here, once before we execute, you can see here USN no space, name no space, address no space, SEM, see here there is a space, after SEM there is a space, remove that space, then branch ID. Okay, now I think it should be okay. Okay, now S1, branch name Asha, address Bangalore, then semester third SEM, branch ID MCA. What is the problem?
Ma'am, you are using branch name instead of branch ID.
Okay, yeah. So to re-enter, I'll just press it as slash. So S01, sorry. Always one more thing you have to remember. Here what we do is O and 1 we make mistakes. So S01, name Asha, address Bangalore, SEM 3, branch ID. So yes, that's the reason. See, we make mistakes. So branch ID, what did we give there? You just go back and see what is a branch ID. Branch ID we have given B1, B2, B3 before. But I was entering branch name. So again that also you should take care. So I can enter branch ID. Branch ID is B1. So now this is entered. So 1 row is entered. I want to enter some more rows. Then what you have to give? You have to give slash to enter some more rows into the table. So now S02, name, some name, address Mysore, and why is semester 3, branch ID. Here I can enter same branches. Branch I can give 1 also, no problem. Yes, it will come because this is not a primary key. Here in our case, primary key is only USN. So you should take care only for USN. Yes, I'll enter 1 more 3, S03, some name, address, Hubli, semester 3, branch ID B2. So like this, you keep entering some values, but you should take care. Let me also enter because we'll face some problems because we don't know, we are just haphazardly entering. But when we execute our this one, some spelling mistakes, don't worry. Spelling mistakes, you just take care. Okay, one more. S05. Name. Some name. Address. Mysore over some address. Semester 2. Branch P2. We have queries. What they have told in queries is we should have second sem. So I'll enter second sem, one more table, some name, branch. Oh, I made mistake. No. Okay. Mysore, semester 2, branch ID P1. Okay. So now some tables we have, some rows we have inserted. I want to know what are the rows I have inserted into the table. Select star from what is my table name? Table name is
Student
student 1. Student 1. Okay. So now you can see what are the tables, what are the rows we have inserted into the table called as a student 1. Okay. So now we have done. See, I am showing you even the problems also. I have just haphazardly entered the values. I don't know next what query is there. So once we go back the query, again come back and we have to re-enter. That's the reason I am saying carefully enter the values. Okay. So now come back. We have done with second table. We'll again insert a third table. Author 1. Anything else I have to change? Here after this there is a space. Okay. Before entering, you just see, is there any spaces in the column? So author ID, no space, author name, no space, country, no space, age. Okay. So now I can enter. So what is this author? So here you have to enter author. Is there anywhere linked with any of this? No. So then we can just enter. Author ID, I'll take A1. Author name, Navate. Some name, country, India. Age, some 20. Okay, one more row I want to insert A2. One more author name Galvin. Some author names, book of your thing. Country USA, age some 40. I'll enter one more. A3. Name Palaguru Swami. Guru. Okay. What is the size we have taken for author? I'll wanted to do it. Guru, or let me complete, then I'll Bala Guru. Then country, UK, age, some 30. Entered. So author ID, A4, some name, some Morris menu, country, India, age, 50. Okay. Now A5, I'll enter one more A5. Some name. What name shall I give? Some name. Country, India. Age. So now I enter 5. So now what I'll do is I wantedly enter some values which are beyond. So author name, I will enter country, age. Okay. See, now you can see why this error. You can see there value too large for column. So what is the size of the author name? So the author name size, go back in your author table and see what is the author name size we have given. We have given 15. So if you enter beyond 15 author name, then definitely you'll get the error. That's the reason I just wanted to show you the size. So the size I showed you in the first primary key problem. Now I'm showing you the size because I gave there author name size is 15, and now I am entering more than 15, then it will give me an error. So this also you have to take care. Okay. So now I want to view what are the values I have entered into the table. Select star from which table it is. What's the table name? You have to remember the table names. So the table name for this is author 1. So these are the values what we have entered into the author table. Now we have done with branch, student, author. So which is one more? Book. So let me go back and take my values. But this is easy when I am showing, but once you do in your laptops, it will be very difficult. Okay. Now we have done book ID. There is a space. Sorry. There is a space there. So you carefully remove that spaces also. That's what I told. Because I faced so much problem while entering because there was a space. Space, no space. So when you are entering carefully, because we don't know when we are fetching the queries, because there was a space in the table that was not extracting, though there is a value in the table because of space. So carefully do that. Okay, now I want to enter values to the book. So what is a book ID? I'll give book 1, BK1, something you can give. It is not the same I have to give. The book name, OS, author ID, what we have given, you have to remember. We have given A1, A2, A3. So same you have to give A1. Publisher, did we give somewhere publisher? No. So now you can give PHI publisher. Branch ID we have given. So carefully give. So there we have started with V1, V2. So here also you can give based on that. So now enter one more column. Book 2, book name, DBMS, author ID, author A2, publisher, you can give anything, Tata, branch ID, P2. Okay, like this you keep entering some values into your table. DBMS, then CO, author ID A2, publisher PHI or some people. So that branch ID P1, that's done. So we have done with 3 rows. Now I want to enter one more. So book, then C++, author value or some person. Sorry, author you cannot give. Author ID is A3. Publisher value, branch ID. Okay, we have done. So BK5, branch name C, author ID A1 or A4, publisher PHI, some publisher, branch 3. You can give anyway. So now we have inserted how many? Some 5 values we have inserted into the table. Which table it is? Book table, book 1. So you can see. So to view the values from the table, we have to execute a command called as a select star from book 1. So whatever star here it represents, star means what? Complete table, whatever values are there, I want. That's what star means here. So now how many tables we have created? Did we complete the first creation? Now we have done with book. So one more last table insertion, that is borrower. Borrower again it should be 1. And spaces, your question there is a space. Okay. Come back again, see here. Is there a space there? Is there a space? Yes, there is a space after borrower date. USN book date. Okay. USN Who will take this 01? Book ID, book 1, borrower date. What is the date type we have given for borrower date? Go back and see what is the borrower date we have given. So borrower also we have given is varchar. So you can even give date also. That was also okay, but we have given varchar, no problem. So let us enter it as in any fashion because it's a varchar. 1/9/2020. Yes, one row inserted. I'll insert some more values here. So then PK2 and 2 from 31/8/2020. I'll enter one more book ID, borrower date 30/8/2020. What is it saying? Parent key validated. Why? What was the thing? B1. Integrity constraint. Okay, let me see. S03 was there. S03. Sorry, 3. What is this? Okay, then book. Oh, what was the problem? Can anyone say why there was a problem there? Can anyone say why there was a problem in this case? Why there was a problem here? Yes, can anyone? Why there was a problem here? It says integrity constraint.
Ma'am, book ID is BK1.
That's what. That's what. See, you have to be careful. So in the book table, we have given book ID as BK1, and here I have entered B1. Yes, that's a problem. So always you have to careful. BK2, then date. So 8/2020. Okay, then yes, 04 book ID. Then borrower date some 28/2020. One more. Yes, 05 book ID. Book, how many books we have entered? You have to remember because how many books we have entered in book table. If you give beyond that also we can't enter. It will not take. So now I have entered some values into this table. Okay, now how many I have entered? 5. So let me see what are the values I have entered. Select star from, what's the table name? Borrower. BORROW1. Yes. So now what did we do? We have created 5 tables. We have created 5 tables and we have inserted values to 5 tables. So what is the command we have used and what is the syntax? There are so many commands for insert, but the simplest one I have taken so that it should be easy for you in your exam to execute. So one thing what you have to remember, so the whatever column name is there, that only you can give, but in front of that you have to give ampersand with the inverted commas. So all these same, only insert into branch. So what is the table name you have given? Branch 1. So branch 1. What is the thing? Values. Only because easy for you to remember this syntax, so I have selected the best one and smallest one. So now how many tables we have created? First one is describe. What was the first table we have created? Branch. Branch 1. Yes. Then what was the next table we have created after branch? Student. Student 1. What is the next table we have created after branch? Author. Okay, what is the next table we have created after author? We have created book. Book. What's the next table? Describe After book, borrower. So how many tables we have shown? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, borrower. BORROW. Sorry, I have to give one for everything. Author one also I have to give. Book one I have to give. Yes, getting. So this is how we have to see the tables. Okay. So now we have even done with create and insert. So now next one is query. So for this part we have done. What did we do? We have done with the create and insert. So today I'll stop this. We'll continue in the next class. Any doubts regarding this? I will send you whatever I have done till today, mail. The same notepad I'll send you. You try at home, try, insert. Hope so you have inserted your software and try this. So I'll send this to your mail IDs right now. So this whatever insert, create syntax, insert syntax, I'll mail to all your group mail ID and you try. So next class we'll see about queries. So there are around 9 queries. Hope so. 8 queries are there in the first program. Then we'll see in the next class. So because I don't want to again start with so many, because we have only five programs for your complete lab session. One more thing. I'll just show you the lab one. I didn't show you the lab programs. What are the lab programs? I directly went. I'll just show you what are the lab programs we have and we'll come. Sorry, we'll stop there. Lab annual. So we've got lab images. That it is the just give me some time. I'm searching yesterday. I've done I've saved some background and we'll insert that here. Okay, it's okay. Today I created one PPT for lab, but I'm not finding it. It's okay. Okay, so for your lab thing, what we have to do is, yeah, there it is. So this is what your lab session will be there. So for the lab session, what you'll be learning, you'll be learning how to design a database, and you will be learning what is DLL, what is DML, what is DCLI, and what is TCL, and you have to draw ER diagrams and schema diagrams for all 5 programs. You have only 5. So for that 5, you have to draw ER diagrams, schema diagrams for each one of them, and you have to perform a nested queries. And given any problem, you should be in a position to write a tables. So then what you have to do in your lab experiments, draw a ER diagram based on a given scenario. So here we have 5 scenarios given in your lab experiment. So based on that, you have to draw a ER diagram. Then even you have to draw a relational database schema and map them, which table is mapped to what. I'll just show you one table now. And you have to write or perform a DBMS query. Then suitable queries, extract the correct execution and display the result. So this is what you have to do. And the first one today, what we have done, this is what the first one. Create the following table with the properly specifying primary key, foreign key, and solve the queries. Branch, student, book, author, borrower. So that's what we have to do. And all these list queries, we'll do it. And second one, we have a cricket tournament project or a database where we have to create a database for respective these teams and execute the queries. This is your, along with the queries, you have to draw a ER diagram and a schema diagram for this one. So then one more, third one we have a organization or a company where ABC is some company, and you have to write a employee table. How many people, what are the departments, what is a project related to that is a third one, and related to that you have to write a queries for this one. And fourth one we have tourist places. What are the tourist places we have? And for that you have to create a respective tables, insert some values and extract the values from this queries. Along with that you have to draw a ER diagram and schema diagram. Then this ER diagram, the last one, this is a election control thing. So last query, the last database, election one. So based on this, again the same way how we have done the first one, create tables, insert tables, then these queries you have to execute. So this is about your lab. So before ending, I just want to show you even how to draw a first schema diagram. So how many tables we have? We have 5 tables. So how to draw a schema diagram? So this is what a schema diagram says to us. What is this? A branch is one more, student is one more table, book is another table, author and borrower. These are the tables just now we have created. So again in this, branch ID, branch name, HOD. Student, in student, USN, name, address, SEM and branch. Book ID, book name, publisher, branch ID and author. In author ID, author name, country and age. In borrower, we have USN, book ID and borrower date. So just now these 5 tables we have created and even we have inserted. Now seeing this diagram, why should we draw this is, by seeing this, it will be easy for us to identify which is primary key, which table is referred, which table. So you can see here, branch ID is a primary key for branch table. And student, in student, USN is a primary key. In book ID is a primary key. In author ID is a primary key. In borrower, there is no primary keys, but so in a student, branch ID is referred from branch. Branch table, we are referred here in a student. Same way, so here in book also, branch ID is again referred. That's what we are showing from where, which is a reference key. That is, even some people call it as a reference key, some people call it as a foreign key. Here branch ID is a foreign key for student table, which is referred from branch. So in the same way, book also, in a book table, we have a branch ID. So which is also referred from branch. So in the same way, author ID, this should come here. So author ID is again a referred here. So in a borrower, what we have done, USN and book ID. USN from student, USN, you have a primary key in a student table. So that is referred in a borrower. The same way book ID, book is borrower, book ID, this is a reference from book. So this diagram, what you have, this you have to draw it for all 5 programs, whatever you have in your lab. So this is first one which I have shown now. So in your records also, you have to, once you come back, you will buy your records and you have to write all this. So this is what is called as a schema diagram. So now, what is the ER diagram? So this is what the ER diagram says to us. This is a branch. Branch is a table. Student is a table. Book is a table. Author is a table. Borrower is a, because the borrower we don't have primary key, so we have just linked it here. So borrower table. So then in branch, so what are the columns we have? We have branch ID, branch name, HOD. So then in student, USN, name, address and SEM. So in a book ID, author ID and publisher. So author ID, author name, country and age. So this is how we are writing a ER diagram. So we'll see them once we come in depth in the ER diagram. There is a separate concept in your theory part, but right now what is required for the lab, I'm just explaining. That's all. Not going in depth. So here what is 1 stands for is 1 is a cardinality ratio. What it says is whether this branch has many students or 1 student, 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to 1. So that's what it says to us, cardinality. So what is this N? It says that how many students are there. So there are so many students, there are 53 students. 53 students belongs to branch MCA of 3rd semester. So this is how I can say. So in the same way, author. So student borrows book. Student borrows book. From where you are borrowing? From library. We don't want to show, just we are saying borrow. So in borrow, again, many students, only 1 student? No. 53 students wants Navate book. Yes, because everyone want to do the BMS. So then 53 students of 3rd sem MCA wants Navate textbook to do their lab. That's what M to N, relationship, many to many. So this is what is called as a relationship. So then author. Navate is an author who has written DBMS book. Navate is an author who has written DBMS book. Chalote is one more author who has written software testing. Then Galvin is an author who has written operating system. Like this we say 1 to 1, 1 to N, all this. So this is about your ER diagram. So in the same way, in MCA, we want Navate book for 3rd sem students. That's what has. Yes. So this is called as a ER diagram. So still we have in depth. I have not shown. You can draw a line here representing what is a primary key for this one. Yes. So this is what we have done for today. So first program started with create, insert. Okay, come back to this. So here we have started with creating all 5 tables, inserting all the tables in a SQL. And we have seen how many commands. We have seen a create command, we have seen a insert command, we have seen a describe command, we have seen a select command. So how many commands we have seen? 4 commands we have seen. And syntax you have to remember. Always the syntax also you have to remember. The spellings also you have to remember. That is create table. And you cannot write your own spelling for table. It should be table means TABLE should be there. If you give spelling mistake, then there will be error. But branch, you can give your own name. There is no restriction for this. Opening bracket should be there. Closing bracket should be there. Then any name, branch ID I have given. It is left to you. BR ID, BID. You can give anything. But again, data type. So you have to give varchar integer number what. So here generally we are using a varchar 2 10. The size again it depends based on the column you decide and give. And that is what type. And you see whether it is a primary key or what. You uniquely representing, you give a primary key. Branch name varchar. So this is how you have to have a syntax. So after one column, comma. After another column, comma. After last, close a bracket. Syntax you have to remember. Same way syntax for insert, insert into. Where you want to insert, what is a table? Always what creation table is there, it should be same here. I have a branch 1 here. So here also you should have a branch 1. What values you want to insert? So the column names, what is a column name here? Branch ID. So ampersand branch ID, branch name, ampersand branch name, then HOD, ampersand HOD. This is how, so whatever the column names you have when you are creating the table, those should be there here. So that's what we have done till now. So I'll stop here because it's almost 2 hours I've taken. Then I want to stop and we'll continue this in the next class. So any doubts you have, you can ask. Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Any doubts if you have, you can ask me. I'll mail you this, whatever I have done. So try for 1 week, create all 5 tables, insert all tables and keep it ready. Next lab, we'll start executing the queries.
Ma'am, always uppercase, sir.
It is case sensitive. So when you are entering into the table, in case if you enter capital letter, when you are fetching in the query also, it should be capital letter. Or if you are entering a small letter, it should be a small letter. That it is case sensitive. Yes, anything else? Anything else you want? And the commands we keep learning, because one day I cannot make or I cannot train you people. Today you have learned only 4 commands. One is create, one is insert, one is describe, and one is select. These 4 commands, you have to remember the syntax. You should be in a position. So I have even gave you insert is very simplest one, but still we have some more syntax for insert also. Even we have syntax for create also, but the simplest one I have selected and I have given you people so that it should be easy for you for your exam point of view. Yes, anything else other than this? So DBMS lab is very easy and there are only 5 programs in your syllabus. And today I have done with the half. So generally it will not be easy once you start executing, because creation only will take some time. And if you are very good enough in typing and good enough in copy pasting and changing, then you can complete in 3 hours. But most of the time 3 hours is not sufficient for us to complete one program, because we have 9 queries. So generally it will take 2 weeks to complete one program. So if we consider then how many weeks we want 10 weeks to complete all 5. So plus 2 weeks for internals. So overall semester 12. So that is the end of your semester. So you generally will get only 12 weeks. So maybe 1 or 2 revision classes, revision labs we have. That will be the end of your semester. Other than this, anything you want me ask, you can ask us. Fine, we'll stop here. So I'm stopping